Hey guys, Mix here, and in today's video we are back with the NASKART, and today we're basically going to be tidying up everything. So, in last video, as you guys saw, we got this thing to move under its own power for the first time ever with the new engine, and I mean, everything went pretty well. I was able to I'm still a little bit sick. I was able to feel everything out, and everything felt pretty good. It was a little bit hard to feel how everything was working just because this chain was skipping because it's way too loose, so I got a tensioner on the way for that. But now that I know that pretty much everything is working, we could go ahead and kind of get rid of some of this like rigged up stuff. And as you guys saw, I pointed that towards the battery and the wiring and everything because that is not safe, and definitely want to get that fixed along with a ton of other stuff in this video. So I definitely want to start off with that though. So I want to move the battery to where it was with the old engine, and if you guys don't know already, the old engine was that one tucked in there, a Honda GX390, so definitely a big upgrade. I want to get that over there, but unfortunately I can't right now because from there to there is how long the wires are. So what I'm going to do is get the wires to get way longer. I already have a ground set up over there, so I need to get the positive wire that goes from the starter solenoid to the battery longer than it is right now. So what we're going to do is go run to the hardware store and then probably Harbor Freight to get some like electrical components and stuff that I need because I'm running out. And I'm going to get some thick wire because I don't want that stuff to burn through. Like if I were to use like wire like this, that probably won't last long, so need to get a thick one like that, and then we can wire that all the way over to the battery, mount the battery. Then we can clean up all the wiring over here, make it look a little bit nicer, but then we can move on to a couple other things that we could get to later on after that. So let's go hop in the S10, get those parts, and then we'll be back and get it back to work. Alright guys, so while I'm in the S10, I figured I'd just tell you this since I'm in it, but I ordered some pretty cool parts for it, and they should be here pretty soon, so let me know if you guys would want to see that in a video, or as a whole video itself, a whole S10 video, because I like to post truck stuff every now and then, but definitely comment down below if you guys would like to see that. Don't even have to go to Harbor Freight. Got everything I need. So guys, we are back from the hardware store, and I just picked up some wire, little like connectors and everything like that, and some zip ties just to like kind of fasten the wires to pieces on the cart. But let's go ahead and de-strap the battery, get everything disconnected, and begin cleaning this thing up. So I just finished up kind of cleaning up everything here. It definitely looks way better, not as like squished together and everything like that. And the battery's all mounted down, everything's all hooked up to it. So right now, just want to test to see if everything is working. Yep, everything is working. Then just to make sure that I hooked up all the wires correctly and that, you know, nothing came unplugged like anything for the coils or anything down there, I just sprayed a little bit of starter fluid in there. So I just want to make sure that it fires and everything like that. Yep, it fires. So that is pretty much all good to go. The only other thing that I'm gonna do with the whole new setup for the wiring harness and the battery is with the fuel pump. I need to get longer wires for it. Unfortunately, the place where I get my wires is closed right now. Doing all of that honestly took longer than it should have. I'm going to wait on that because once I start doing the dash, I'm going to have the fuel pump wired up there. So I'm going to hold off on that. It's not like we're going to be riding it at all because we're going to be adding so much more stuff before it's taken back out. It doesn't really matter right now that the fuel pump isn't wired up. So next up, what I want to do is get the boots for the Airbox, get an Airbox all mounted up and good to go there. Put on the tensioners, get our brakes back because I'm just going to eliminate that brake pedal that I put right there, the one that's laying all over. So I got to take that out. And then I'm just going to go back to that brake. I already went ahead and hooked up the little extension that hooks up the master cylinder to the pedal. So I can press the pedal right now, but one of these fittings have a leak. It's this one right here. It has a crack in it. So I need to get a new one of that, refill the brake fluid, bleed it, and then we should have brakes once again. And the brakes for these are honestly pretty good. I could probably go ahead and change out the pads and freshen it all up, but these brakes are meant for high stopping power because they're mini cup car brakes. And if you guys haven't seen mini cup cars go, I mean, they probably go like 80, and fast ones probably go like 100 around the track, so these brakes can definitely handle it. I do plan on putting front brakes on it, and maybe even another rear brake in the future. So I need to look up like go-kart brake kits and see what I can find for that. But I would definitely like to see if I could get these going really, really good. And I'm just going to throw in a clip right now of like a mini cup car going around the track, just so you guys can get an idea if you haven't seen it. So as you guys just saw, they're little rippers. I mean, this engine really doesn't compare to that one, but it should be able to hold its own. It's an MCP disc brake kit, and MCP is like pretty well known, so it's pretty decent. But I'm gonna be needing to end it off here. I just gotta wait on the couple extra parts like the boots and the tensioner and everything like that, and then tomorrow I could go ahead and get that brake part installed, and then hopefully get the brakes going. The place where I get all my stuff pretty much is closed, so I can't go right now. But with that being said, I will catch you all tomorrow. Alrighty guys, so we are back here the next day, and I actually just got back from the hardware store, and what I'm gonna do is I was looking online at tensioners for the chain, and you know, there are some good ones, but I think I could just make my own, to be honest. It doesn't look too complicated, so what I'm just gonna use is a piece of flat bar right here. I'm just gonna clean it up a bit, but I'm gonna use this. Take off this bracket and just use this wheel. Nice and hard, it's not like super soft or anything like that, so should hold up against the chain. I just need to like sand in a divot in the middle of that, make sure that's all even and everything. And then I have a spring because it's going to be spring loaded, and you know, so it can always keep pressure on the chain. So I think I should be able to just make one, and it should work pretty good. And I was going to go get a new fitting for the brake over here, but as I was, you know, about to take this off, I actually still have the wrench here, I was pumping the brake pedal, and if you look closely right over here, you may see a little line in the brake hose, and if I pump it, we have a hole in the brake line. So that kind of sucks. So I'm not even going to bother getting that new part yet, because I'm either just going to get a whole new brake system or just replace the lines and kind of redo the braking just with the same parts. I really don't know yet, but I think I might just end up getting another new kit, because we definitely want to make sure that this stops well. So I'm just going to start off with making that chain tensioner, and then we'll see where we are from there. So I just finished up the chain tensioner, and I thought I was going to have to use the spring, you know, in order to make it like an automatic tensioner, you know, to move with the chain. But I think I was kind of thinking of more like a serpentine belt. So I just hard mounted it directly onto the chain, and it's spinning super, super nicely, and the tension is perfect. Like, it still has play in it, but I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, you can see it. But you do want a little bit of play. Usually they say like 2 fingers of movement or something like that, at least for motorcycles. So I could definitely test with that, and if it's too loose, I can just loosen this up, push it down more, because I don't have it really pushed down all the way, retighten it, and then it's good. So this is really, really solid, and I think as long as I keep the chain lubed, which I should be doing anyway, then we really shouldn't have to worry about this, you know, like wearing out at all. But if it does, it's not the end of the world. I was gonna like make a little like indent on this, kind of make it like a pulley, but I really didn't think I had to after like really looking at it. So I think that should work pretty well. So now I want to move on to the Airbox, and for whatever reason, these engines like need an Airbox in order to like really fully run. And that is why I've been running this thing with the chokes closed, in order to like get some suction in there in order to get these carbs to work and get the fuel going. But I lost the boots for the Airbox, you know, that goes from the carb to the Airbox, but I could have sworn I had them. So I went back from 3 months ago when I got the bike, and I saw that I had the Airbox boots. So I went ahead, went rummaging around, and in that box in there, I just recently found the boots, and they are absolutely disgusting. There's still mouse nest on this one. Like, they're all corroded up and bad. But luckily I found them, because online they're like 70 bucks. So if I could clean these up, which I should be able to, and they're not even hard, they're like still soft and everything, which is super good, then we could use them. I believe I have the hose clamps in there, you know, to tighten them all down, and then I can see if I get that Airbox to fit on here. And then I would like to like make my own custom Airbox, something a little bit smaller, because the other one is pretty bulky. But as long as it, you know, makes this engine run, and if I can run it with the chokes off, now with like an Airbox hooked up, then that would be awesome. So I just went ahead and cleaned up these boots, and they cleaned up really good. So now we shouldn't have any dirt or anything getting there once this engine is ran once again. So I'm gonna go ahead and figure out what directions all these go and everything like that. I'm just gonna guess that the 2 straight ones go in the middle, and then the ones on the curves curve in, because I remember the Airbox was way skinnier than how wide the carburetors are. And then I'll clamp them down. Hopefully I have all of the hose clamps, and then we'll have an Airbox. So definitely pretty hyped. Alrighty guys, so to end off this video, well, first off, I'm going to be ending off this video soon, just because, I'll just explain quick with the NASKAR, but I'm just waiting on a couple parts right now, and the Airbox is on, so it looks a little bit funky, but I mean, I guess it works. But I had to end it off the other night because I had something I had to attend, but I don't really have anything else I could do to this right now, just because I need to wait on parts for the brakes, and a bunch of other parts that you guys are going to be seeing soon. So this wasn't really a full NASKAR video. So to make up with it, as you guys remember in the beginning of this video, if I asked if you guys wanted to see like a video with the truck, well, I'm going to be doing a mod today. And that mod is this box right over here. And also let me know how you guys like this type of like GoPro type style. Hopefully it's aimed okay. I've never really done this before. I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I finally found the pair that I liked. So I went ahead and ordered them. And what I got for the S10 is, oh man, I can't wait to see how these look. Woo! A pair of smoked taillights. Now they're not insanely smoked, but they definitely are a little bit better than the ones that are on there now. I think so, at least. So should definitely look pretty mint. What the heck? Oh, I thought I was gonna slide the bulbs into here, but I guess not. Or maybe for the reverse light. Yeah, definitely. All right, so I'm gonna bring this box outside, and then we're gonna install it. All I should need is just a Phillips head. They're super easy on trucks. All right, so these are the stock taillights on them now. They're not that bad, but they're a little bit faded, a little bit old looking, so I think this definitely should be an upgrade, and I do have more parts coming in the mail soon, so you guys might see that in another video. Let's just start off with taking out the old one. There's one. There's two. And just like that, they are out. So all you do with these is just twist them, and there's the reverse one that we are going to be keeping. And usually you don't want to touch the light bulbs, just like your fingers on your grease can burn, or the grease on your fingers can burn on the light. All right, so I guess this is just like a little fuse for the LEDs. It's sticky, so I can just stick it in there. So just click these in instead of the light bulbs. All right, so now with all the pieces connected nice and tight, the reverse light and then the two brake lights, I'm just gonna stick this up in here. That's good. I just gotta tuck in all the wires, make sure nothing's like getting pinched or anything. Oh, I guess it uses new hardware. Alright, so the new hardware isn't working, so I was able to make the old hardware work. Man, that looks so fresh. So now before I do the other side, I'm just going to make sure that this is working properly, and then I'm just going to go ahead and plop in the other side, and then this will be all done. Yep. Yep, everything's working. Sweet. Whew. That looks super sick. The truck's insanely dirty right now, but once it's all shined up and everything, it'll definitely look even better. Alrighty guys, so I'm going to be ending off the video here. Once again, this video was just kind of a, bunch of things. Just getting a little bit more work done on the NASKAR, working on the S10 a little bit. But next video with this, we should be doing the brakes, figure out a new way to do the clutch, possibly mounting the body. We'll have to see. I have like a whole windshield here for it, so it's going to be pretty sick. But definitely stay tuned for that. But I'm going to be ending it off here. Follow my social medias. They will be on the outro of this video. Instagram, Snapchat I use the most. But thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, comment, tell your friends about the channel.